Am I pregnant with baby number 4?
Maybe.
Maybe?
I don't really know anyways.
Or did I secretly have another newborn? Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a mom of how many kids? And I make motherhood, lifestyle, and some more content we're going to talk about today. So, welcome to my channel. You may know me as the girl who used to take a lot of live pregnancy tests.
Yeah.
A lot. When he was just a baby. How old were you when I first started YouTube? Well, it was in 2018 and you were born in 2016, so you were... I don't think he was quite 2 because he was born in December, so I think he was like just turned a year old when I started YouTube. But anyways, and me and my husband, we shared our trying to conceive journey for baby number 2 at the time, and during that time I did end up having multiple recurrent miscarriages, which completely broke my heart. And then suddenly I got pregnant with our baby number 2. We had a beautiful pregnancy and, excuse me, and we welcomed our little baby girl, my only daughter. She's in there. Is she asleep?
Let me check.
So I'm a stay-at-home mom, if you didn't know, and I get to stay home with my kids all day long. So that's the beauty of this.
Her asleep.
She's asleep?
Yeah.
My husband is at work right now while I'm making these YouTube videos. But so when our baby number 2, our rainbow baby, was a newborn, or I don't know if she was I guess she was technically a newborn. Me and my husband decided to try to conceive baby number 3. And unfortunately during that time I did have a miscarriage very quickly, and it took me onto this whirlwind of chaos and spiraled. And you know, I documented that on YouTube and on TikTok and Instagram, but honestly a lot of that I have kind of put out of my mind, because at that time too I lost 2 of my dogs that I love very much, Chinese cresteds. And if you have dogs that are your babies, then you know that losing them can be completely traumatic in itself. And then on top of that, my husband almost passed away, and it was a very scary moment for me, and still to this day I have PTSD from that. I literally have nightmares almost every single night, but I will say that I haven't had nightmares in like a week, so yay! High five! But anyways, in 2023, I believe, yes, I found out I was pregnant with our baby number 3, our rainbow baby number 2. And Jackson, please, honey, like, get off the camera. Okay. And I was extremely, extremely afraid because, oh, I forgot to say that I did have a miscarriage in, I think, 2022. And, right, I think it was in 2022, I had a miscarriage in January. Like, I've had multiple miscarriages in January, so it's really weird, but that miscarriage was very, very horrible because it was incomplete. So I just kept bleeding and it would not stop. So I had to go to the hospital. They actually called the ambulance and they came and picked me up because I couldn't even stand up without passing out because I was losing so much blood. And so they rushed me to the hospital. When I first got there, they said, "Oh, you're not bleeding as much as you think you are." And I'm like, and they were about to discharge me too from the ER. And I was like, "But I can't stand up. Can you please recheck? Because something's wrong here. Like, I can't even stand up without passing out." And I think I'm bleeding more than y'all realize, because they were saying, "Oh, you're not bleeding that much." They rechecked my blood and it came up that I had lost a significant amount of blood, like to a very unsafe amount. So they had to rush me to the labor and delivery floor, yay, for so that they could remove the remaining of what was left inside of me that was causing me to keep bleeding. And that was, I believe the placenta was still in there. And then they had to give me blood transfusion. It was multiple bags of blood. And the reason why it didn't show up, and I want to say this for anyone who's going through something similar to that, or if you are having major blood loss and they're telling you, they're like, oh, but the blood results are saying that you're not. I do want to say that for some reason, sometimes it doesn't show up like right away on your blood, like your blood results. And so whatever they test, they have to like recheck within a certain time frame. Like you have to wait like 3 hours later or something because it doesn't show up immediately. Whatever that they were testing for didn't show up immediately, and they didn't even realize that. So they were about to send me home, and they didn't realize that you have to check at since it, after a certain period of time, like you have to wait like several hours. And so they didn't know that. And so when they rechecked me, because we insisted, then they realized, oh my gosh, she is actually losing a ton of blood. And so it was really, really traumatic, as you can imagine. I mean, me and my husband, we really, really wanted that baby. And I was 12 weeks pregnant at that time, but it was a miscarriage. So the baby stopped growing before that. But me being a Christian, I did not want to induce a miscarriage, or I didn't want to stop taking my progesterone. And so it's a whole mess. I could talk about that more in another video, but it was really, really traumatic, more than people realize. No one really understands unless they've went through something like that, how traumatic it can be. But it really stayed with me. So when I found out I was pregnant with our baby number 3, our rainbow baby in 2023, I was scared, and I talked about that in my last video. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. But I was terrified. And so throughout the whole pregnancy, I didn't even hardly post on YouTube, because usually I post on YouTube a lot, and I just stopped posting because it was so traumatic for me. And then on top of that, like I was so afraid. And so I don't know why I said on top of that. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on a second. Sorry, and now my clock's going off. I just have a lot on my mind, and whew, okay. Now I can truly say I found this pillow at the dollar store, and it says doing my best. That's like my new motto, doing my best. Like, doing my best. I also have this little thing from the dollar store too. It's a sign. Where's it at? Doing my best. And that sign was actually way bigger than that. Okay. Here's our baby number 3. That sign was way bigger, and I just had the impulse to like cut it up, make it smaller so it could fit on my shelf. And so I did that, and then my husband helped me redo the frame to fit on there. But anyways, besides that, the pregnancy with this little baby right here was so scary for me, because I was so afraid that what happened before was going to repeat. And so, because like you don't understand that, like, I mean, you do understand if you've been through that, but if you haven't been through that, it is really, really scary. And the thing is, I had the history of recurrent miscarriages, but my doctor, he didn't even know I was pregnant. And it was just like I made an appointment with the nurses, not the nurses, but the front desk, and they didn't know my history. And so they put me at a really later date, and so I wasn't even able to get an ultrasound until later on. And then my doctor was like, "You're pregnant?" Like, I didn't know that. And so it was, very scary. I had to wait a long time to get an ultrasound, and I wish I was able to get one like immediately as soon as I found out I was pregnant, or like a couple weeks later. But their way of doing it was they want to wait until like 12 weeks. And that was like induced a lot of anxiety for me. And then on top of that, why do I keep saying on top of that? But it just really made me afraid. And I just remember calling them up one day because I was having like, I don't remember what it was. There was something going on. I'll have to think about it because I put a lot of this like out of my mind. But I had called up the nurses there like on the helpline because I think they were closed at the time, and I was just like, "Hey, I'm really afraid I'm gonna have a miscarriage. Can I please get in soon?" Because I think I was like really, really sick or something, and I wasn't feeling good. And I was like, "I'm scared that I'm having another miscarriage. Is there any way I can get in to get an ultrasound soon?" And they set me up an appointment sooner. So I was able to get in like at 7 weeks pregnant. But then when I got there, he was like, I didn't even know you were pregnant. Let's set you up in an ultrasound. So then he set me up for the next week. So at 8 weeks, I'm pretty sure that's when I got the ultrasound, and that's when I got the confirmation that he was growing and that everything was okay. But still at that time, like I was still really afraid because of everything that had happened. So throughout my whole pregnancy, I was so afraid that I was going to lose him. And it does suck that you can't like fully blissfully enjoy being pregnant when you're so afraid of something happening. And no one really understands that unless you've been in that position. Okay, so I gave birth to him in December of 2023, which is crazy because my third baby is born in 2023. The postpartum journey was very, very difficult for me for many reasons. We'll talk about that in another video more in depth. But I had a lot of pains and had postpartum depression and psychosis, and it was really, really hard. And I struggled with that for a very long time. I mean, I would say for a solid year I was struggling with it, and then like kind of past the year it started getting a little bit easier to deal with. And now that I am like 21 months postpartum, I think that I'm finally at a really good spot. But you know, not 100%, and also I'm getting treatment, so that helps a lot too. It's not like I'm just doing this on my own. Like I'm getting treatment for certain things. So okay, so anyways, I do want to answer this question, and I'm so sorry that it's like a long-winded video, but I made a post on Instagram of me holding a newborn baby, and one of the first comments was someone asking me, is this baby number 4? Did you secretly have another baby? Were you pregnant and we didn't know? And now we're finally getting to meet your 4th baby. And I wanted to address that, and I just want to say, first of all, I'm so sorry for the confusion. That was definitely not my intention at all. The thing is, I never really shared much about my pregnancy with our baby number 3 early in the pregnancy. I did start sharing like once I was kind of like at the halfway point onward, and then once I gave birth to him, I shared a little bit, but I did not share everything at all. And then I've kind of just posted very sparsely, not consistently at all. And so there's a lot that I haven't talked about on here. There's a lot that I haven't shared. There's a lot of pictures and videos and updates that I haven't even talked about or shared. And it kind of sucks because there's a really special moments that I wanted to share with y'all, or hard times that I wanted to talk about, but I just didn't do it because, like I said in another video, is my poor self-image. I thought I was just too ugly to be on camera. So, and I don't want to hear negative comments like, oh, you still are. But, you know, it is what it is. So anyways, so am I pregnant, or did I have another baby? Well, am I pregnant? No, I don't think so. Did I have another baby? Was I secretly pregnant? No. I only have 3 kids. I also have a stepson. So I am a stay-at-home mother to 3 kids. And I absolutely love my kids from the bottom of my heart, all over my body. I love them so much. I'm a very, very happy mother. I love being a stay-at-home mom. I love having my kids with me. And no, I did not secretly have another baby. I haven't had a miscarriage since I gave birth to Hayden, and that's something I'm very afraid of. I have not been pregnant since I had him, and I'm just very, very happy with my kids. No, I did not have a 4th baby. So I hope that answers your question. I'm sorry for the confusion. If I share pictures of newborns, it's from my 3 kids that I already had. And I do want to share more about his pregnancy and the postpartum after I had him that I didn't share before. So if you do see anything like that, that's what it is. If you want to see more from me, I am going to be posting on here a lot more consistently. I have a new uploading schedule, so let's talk about that. I'm very excited for this. So I am so excited to talk about my new uploading schedule. I'm going to be posting, and y'all have to hold me up to this, so let's do this. I'm going to be posting Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays on YouTube. And the videos, and I'm also going to be posting actively on Instagram and TikTok as well, and Facebook. So follow me there if you want to see my content there. It will be more of like short form and pictures, etc. I am obviously a motherhood and lifestyle content creator, but we have started the homesteading journey. So I'm going to be talking about that a lot too, and other mom related stuff. So on Mondays, I'm going to be posting motherhood content. That could be trying to conceive, pregnancy, postpartum, or literally anything motherhood related with my kids, updates with my kids, anything like that, mom life hacks, mom tips, anything motherhood related. On Wednesdays, we're going to call that Homestead Hump Day, and that is where we're going to be talking about our homestead, our farm, and our farm animals. Jackson, what are you doing? And then Fridays will be family vlog Fridays, where I post a vlog of our day, and I will always be talking about, in each video I will be talking about hot topics, something interesting, something engaging. I want to hear from you, and I want to know what you want to see from me. But I promise you my content will be interesting and hopefully stuff that you will want to watch and hear. So let me know what you want me to answer, any questions you want me to answer, or anything like that. And I'm going to talk more about that in my next video, about how I'm not going to gatekeep on this YouTube channel and how you can be a part of this YouTube channel. So I love y'all so much and look forward to creating that video next. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more from me. I also have Instagram and TikTok at MoriFamily_YT. I guess I'm going to go now, but I will see you in our next video. Bye.